Hello, magnificent beings. It's Eva Gregory here, and I'm doing something a little different today. I am testing out live streaming to the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur group, as well as out on my Facebook page and profile. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes today. In any case, hello, and welcome to the Enlightened Business Success Academy free Facebook Live weekly trainings. I hold these normally in the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur community every week. I'm just testing out the multiple streams today, so it's going to be broadcast out beyond the group. But in the group, we are working with coaches, healers, holistic practitioners, successful spiritual entrepreneurs, wannabe spiritual entrepreneurs, those of you who have a mission and a message that you want to get out in the world. And lots of training and good stuff happens in the group, as well as in the Enlightened Business Success Academy, which is a program it's a membership program I have founded to help those of you who are spiritual entrepreneurs, who see yourselves as spiritual entrepreneurs, integrate your inner guidance with the proven practical business strategies that are working today. And over this past year, it has definitely been a game changer in how we are running our businesses and growing our businesses for sure. And to be able to grow your business in a way that does not compromise your spirit or your values. And that's why I love helping folks break through that overwhelm, to get clear on what works and what works for them specifically, and really laser focus on that as you lay the foundation for a business that's in alignment with your spirit and your values, and then get you lined up with what most resonates with why you're here. What's your purpose here? What is the work that you're here to put out in the world? Today, we are going to be talking about massive success for spiritual entrepreneurs, how to build your own joyful, soul-inspired, financially successful business of purpose, passion, and prosperity. And I would just say that a lot of you spiritual entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, transformational thought leaders, you would love to double or even triple your income. And I know for a lot of you, it's hard, because what I've noticed is there are a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs or coaches and healers who can't seem to get their minds around the idea of making a lot of money by sharing their gifts and talents and doing what they love. And you absolutely can. It's a stand that I take for you. Creating a successful, sustainable business takes focus. It takes intention, and it does take your due diligence. So does that mean it has to be hard and painful and a struggle? No, it does not. It does not. It doesn't have to be, although I see that that's the way it is for a lot of people. But you do have to do your part. You know, it does take focus, and it does take that commitment to doing what you need to do to make that become a success, right? And one way to shorten the process is by, of course, learning from someone who has been through the trenches already, so that it shortens years off your learning curve. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel yourself. You learn from someone else's pain, right? And regardless of where you are in your business today, of course, you can create the success that you say you want. But you've got to come from a place of heart-centered authenticity, where you get to be you. You get to be you. You get to bring yourself fully to your business and leave behind all the old paradigms, all the traditional business models that are not working any longer, or even more importantly, were never a fit for who you are. But what I do know is that you've got everything within you, absolutely everything within you, to create phenomenal success while you get your message out in a big way, if you're willing to choose it and claim it for yourself. Choose it and claim it. All right. And of course, over this training, what you're going to learn is, first of all, my number one mindset mastery formula. And when you get this, you will be outrageously successful if you follow it. If you don't, you won't. The two key elements that are critical to your success, as well as how to understand and accept the huge value that you offer. This is a big missing piece I see for so many coaches and healers and spiritual entrepreneurs, to really accept the value that you offer through your work and be able to communicate that value with confidence, with ease, and with a heart connection so that your divine market can't wait to work with you. So if you think about it, what if you could triple your income or cut your work week down to 3 or 4 days a week, or maybe even break through the multiple six-figure income while you are getting your mission and your message out there in a way that fulfills you? And what if you could be attracting, name your number, 10, 20, 30 clients each month who see the value in what you have to offer and are eager to pay you for it? So these are some of the results of my own clients that they have experienced. And I'm here to say that it's happened for them, it's happened for me, and of course it can happen for you as well. So if you've ever wished you could experience as much abundance overload as you do information overload, then I would say it's time to take control of really the only part of you that you can control, and that is you. If you just imagine all of the dollars that maybe you have spent on experts and programs who were not aligned with you, and you, of course, did that without success. And now imagine finally getting the results and the success that you deserve. All right. And imagine being able to remove that barrier between your physical conscious awareness and your higher self at the soul level. In other words, that connection to your inner guidance that never steers you wrong, that always gives you the answers that you need. I know one of the challenges that I see spiritual entrepreneurs have is they're not believing in themselves fully. They're not owning the value of what they have to offer, even though lives are being changed, but they're not seeing it for themselves. Another challenge is I see a lot of disjointed actions in running their businesses that may or may not be necessary. It's a little like throwing spaghetti on the wall, right? And just hoping something sticks. You're wasting your time. You are spinning your wheels. And so rather than taking the time to really get clear, get into your heart center. We run from our head, and this is where we need to get into our heart centers, right? Get into your heart center. Take the time to tap into your guidance and get clear on where you need to focus. Hey, good to see you here. Oh, that's interesting. Go to evagregory.com if you're looking for my webpage. Good to see you. By the way, guys, I'm not sure where I'm going to see comments from today since I'm testing out streaming this in 3 different places at the same time. So I'm not sure where, is it Fuad? I'm sorry. I don't know. I know I'm probably butchering your name. I'm looking over here because this is where I see the comments. But if any of you are making comments on a page that I can't see right now, I do go back after these lives and I will be responding to your comments. So feel free to make all the comments that you have and ask your questions, and I'll come back and check on those for sure. So challenge. People are not owning their value. Another challenge is focusing on those disjointed actions because they're kind of like throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping something sticks, right? And then the third challenge is not being clear on your vision for yourself. And we have to start with the end in mind, right? You've got to begin with the end in mind. What is your ultimate vision? So if you take a moment right now, and you just go inside, like just close your eyes if you can, and go inside and just ask yourself from your soul's perspective, what would you say your vision is for your life? What would you say is your purpose, your mission, and your message that you have to share with the world? And as you tap in, remember that whatever you desire is yours to create. You get to create a highly successful business, a successful 6-figure, heart-centered, spiritually aligned business any way you want it. It's your creation. What does that overall business look like for you? And I'd love to hear what your visions are if you want to post those in the comments. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Ready to learn how to create an abundant business, girlfriend? Come right on in. Come right on in. Good place to be right now. So yes, just remember you get to create what you want. So see your business. This is the thing that I focus on that's different from a lot of people is I really want you to start going within and starting to see your business through the eyes of your soul, through the eyes of your higher self, through the eyes of inner guidance. That the intent at your highest level is always, of course, for the highest good. And it is in abundance and prosperity, and it is yours for the taking when you bring all aspects of yourself to your business. So look at what gifts and talents do you have that could be of a great service to others. That's where your gifts and talents are, right? Where you feel that you want to serve others is usually where you'll find those. Who is the perfect person who'd most likely need the gifts and talents that you have to offer? Who could be the one that would gain the most value from them? This is going to give you a hint as to who you're here to serve. Ask yourself, when was a time I felt completely fulfilled in my work? That's going to give you a great idea of where you want to be focused in the work that you're doing. Hey, Danielle, good to see you. Hey, Ingrid, can teaching prosperity be a niche even when I am not wealthy? Interesting. It's a possibility, Ingrid. I would love to have a conversation with you about it, but you've got to teach what you know. And if you are walking your talk, by the way, I don't want to get too digressed right here, but this is really important for you guys to know. You do not have to be perfect in whatever your service and your offers are. Okay. You don't have to be perfect. We're all human beings, but you do want to be walking your talk. That is for sure. Okay. You want to be able to, if you've helped others do that, then of course that means that you can have that as a gift. It is a gift as one of the services that you offer. So it would take a little bit more of a deeper conversation with you, but you really want to look at what is it that I have experience in? What is it that I have actually created that result for someone else? Those are a couple of questions that will let you know. Okay. Robin, I want to open a business called Healing Heart and Mind Center. Ooh, see, I want to know more about that. Again, guys, I'm looking over here at your comments. Hey, Joan, achieve goals with ease via tapping into intuition for personal and business interactions. Awesome. You guys, this is great. So, capture all of that. If you need to write it down, write it down. But as you're really getting clear on what these things are, just look at who is that perfect person that you can help. This is going to help you to find who your divine market is, right? Also ask yourself, when was a time I really helped someone and I made a difference in their lives? Now, this could be someone that was inside or outside your business, because this is just finding where are your gifts and talents. So even if it was something that you helped someone with that wasn't necessarily a client, it's going to give you a clue as to what you have to offer. All right. Another great question to ask is, when was a time when I was so excited I couldn't wait to get started? That's a big clue as well. Hey, helping those dormant healers that have put their gifts on hold. I felt fulfilled when I saw my clients embrace their gifts and get paid for them. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So look also at what does a typical day or a week or a month or a year in the life of you look like when you're enjoying the business of your dreams. Go into what I call the quantum field. We create energetically first, and then we bring it into the physical world. So you want to start there, not with what you think you should do or that you have to do or that you were told to do, but get into your heart center, get into that quantum field, which is just energetic. It's where the infinite possibilities and probabilities lie that you can activate, and you get to activate what you want from your heart. This is why I'm so adamant about tapping into your inner guidance, because that's at the highest possible level that you can connect in for your dreams. So what would that typical day, week, month, year look like if you were in the business of your dreams? You're only doing what you love with the people that you love and adore, who are resonating with what you have to offer. You're making a huge difference in the lives of those people. What is that impact that you're making? So be thinking about that as well. Yes, okay, Robin. I know my gifts and believe in me, just not sure about how to create clients. Well, we're going to get you started on that here today. So stay tuned, girlfriend. All right. So now what you want to look at is, how much money are you making? How much money you want to be making? And I know that money is not necessarily a high value for a lot of spiritually focused people, but without it, it is very difficult to get your message out, to reach the masses, to make the difference in the way that you dream of making a difference. And so it's important that you look at your values around money. If you think money is a necessary evil, or you have to work really hard and struggle to be worthy of the money you make, or that maybe you don't deserve the money to flow easily, then of course you're going to create that reality. You're going to create that in your life and in your business. And so money, just understand this, it has such charge on it. And it doesn't matter how much money someone is making. Money tends to have a big charge on it no matter what, whether you're making $10,000 or $100,000 or $1 million or multiple millions, right? People still have the issues with money. It's just a very charged topic. But what we want to bring it back, everything's relative. I think this is the point I want to make. It's all relative. But money is energy. Love is energy. Prosperity is your birthright. And when you choose to hold your prosperity in the light of love and spirit, knowing that you are well worth the abundance that you desire, then you can start to create a very different reality than the one you might have been creating up to now. So getting clear on your vision is that first step to a highly successful business. And then it's recognizing the true value of what you have to share. So, hey, Denise, helping others heal themselves with light and frequency. Beautiful. Robin, my first goal is 50,000 a year and then 100,000. I love it. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Money gives me more freedom and joy, and paying for my services allows my clients to be truly committed to their desired results. Bingo. You've got it. So if you are looking at what you're offering and really tapping into the true value, and every single one of us has value without exception. All right. So, don't get into the comparison game. Comparison game is a very deadly game. Be only focused on you and where you want to go next. All right. That's something I tend to have to work with a lot of my clients on. Is it's very easy to say, oh, but look, she's doing that or he's doing this, and here I am, and I'm not anywhere near them. Honey, you do not know their backstory. You don't know what they've been through to get to where they are, and where you are, and what you offer in your way is unique to you, and that's what you want to claim. Be loud and proud of what it is that you have to offer. And so this leads us to how can you harness your gifts to transform your life and make a big impact on the lives of others? So if we look at pillar 1 of my Enlightened Business Success System, it is all about understanding, honoring, and accepting the value that you provide. And changing your wealth mentality around money is an important step to that, okay? Until you get your value and you can communicate that value, then of course you're going to struggle. Good to see you too, Barbara. I love seeing you here. It's been so long. Joan, that's true value. That's true value. Clients appreciate info more when they pay versus, yeah, totally, because we're invested. We're invested in it, right? There is a value that we put on money. And I have found that to be true, of course. And I have paid big tens and 20s of thousands of dollars to my mentors and coaches. And it has been absolutely worth every penny of it. I have offered some of the same things that are in my high-end offers and taken pieces of that to offer, and people will blow that off. But what I found is those who've invested are committed. There's a big difference. It's easy to blow something off if it's free, even though, unfortunately, people don't recognize the true value of it. And so that's one of the things that's going on, Jung. So you want to understand your value fully. You want to command what you deserve and get it from those who are there, who are eager to invest in themselves through you and your services. And to do that, you have to shift your mindset. You've got to shift your mindset. If you've got something that you're passionate about and it creates value for others in your divine market, and your divine market is passionate about getting the results from what you offer, you can create a thriving 6, even 7+ figure business, making a difference in the lives of others, doing this thing that you love, that you have come into this world to do very uniquely and very authentically to you. But it's all in the way you approach it. So you want to look at how are you communicating what you offer. It's less about sharing the services that you provide or the information you provide. That is information overload. Information is a commodity today. We've got Google. If you want to know how to do something, you can Google pretty much anything, right? Your value is not in what you're giving in information or even the service. Your value, this is a writer downer, your value, I should do this, you guys. So if you hear any ahas or insights or nuggets as I'm sharing with them, put #nugget and a comment in the comment section below so I can see, we can kind of pick up what nuggets you're getting. But this one is a nugget. I'm telling you ahead of time. Your value is in the results and the transformation your clients experience when they work with you. It is not about the time you're on the phone with them or on Zoom with them. It is about the results and the transformation that your clients experience when they work with you. Okay, so you got to shift the way you're looking at yourself, the way you're looking even at your business and your clients. You've got to look at it from the value that you provide are the results and transformation that they receive. Okay, and when you start charging based on the transformation and the results that your clients get, instead of your trading time for dollars, which is what I see most coaches, healers, and spiritual entrepreneurs doing, this is when your business will take off. All right. But you got to get out of this time for dollars mindset. The value you bring to the table is not in the service you provide. Where's the value? In the transformation. It's in the results and the transformation that they experience. Lives change as a result of the work you do with them. I know I would be shocked if there was anyone here whose work was not changing lives. I just don't believe it, because I know for the most of, I don't know all of you who are on here, but if you're attracted to my work, I do know that what you have to offer is really transformational for your clients. So it's so important that you shift the way you're looking at it for yourself. The value that you bring to the table is through the results and outcome of your clients. Okay. They're coming to you for the transformation. You could say, stand on your head and whistle Mary Had a Little Lamb 3 times a day, and that's going to get you the results. They would do it. So they don't care what the methodology is. They just care, can you get them the results? Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, Robin, it's only about the results. Yes, the results and transformation. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, awesome. All right. So this is where actually most spiritual entrepreneurs are missing the boat when they talking about what they charge. They're all tend to be, at least the ones I've worked with, they tend to be thinking about trading their time for dollars with their clients. The value is never, ever about the amount of time you are spending with them. All right. You getting this? I'm going to keep saying it until I really think you got it. It's so important. The value is always and only in the outcome and the transformation that you provide. So the value is engaging you for the outcome that will get them. Does that make sense? Awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Love it. You guys have gotten it. So you got to start seeing yourself in a different light. All right. You've got to start charging for your services based on the results someone gets when they work with you, rather than based on either the time or the information that you're giving them. Information is dime a dozen and free, basically. But your work, your message, your mission is never about the information. And it's certainly not about the time you put in. So here are some things, you might even want to write these down, but these are the things you want to start asking yourself, okay? One is, what is the value that someone gets from working with me? And there's two different parts of this. The first is, what is the direct value that happens? And then secondly, what is the long-term value that they're getting? All right. So as an example, the direct value that my client Vicky got with working with me was she created a multiple six-figure business. She did it working less than she was before. She got herself out of debt, and she went from working just with one-on-one clients to creating group programs and then selling other products to these clients. Now, all of these were vehicles for her to get her message out in the world, doing it in a leveraged way. You will hear me talk a lot about leverage everything. My very first coach ever, bless him, taught me that. He said, even never create anything that you can't repurpose or leverage at least 3 different ways. So there's another tip for you. Okay. So anyway, so that's what she did. And she was able to do this through her own unique way of being. She did it by her connection to spirit. She only did it for those things, with those ways that were aligned with her spirit and values. And everyone's different. What works for one person may not work for another, because we're so different. And you need to be able to understand what is your way. Okay. So that was the direct value that she got. The long-term value, and this is how you want to think about this for your own clients. This is long after she's been working with me, like years ago, but the long-term value was she now has a successful system for maintaining and growing and expanding her 6-figure business. She has the business skills she didn't have before that she's carried forward with her. She's got the knowledge and the ability to continue applying what she originally implemented into additional programs. She has since been established as an expert in her arena, where she's repeatedly asked to speak on her topic of expertise, which of course reaches new prospects. And she's doing it all from a place of heart and authenticity. Okay, so that's the long-term value. So you guys seeing the difference? So there's what happens with your client when you're working with them, but after they've left you, what you've given them, that it's changed their lives forever, long after they're working with you, right? So be thinking about that when you think about your own value. So when you're trading time for dollars, there's only so many hours in the day. And that's when it can, you can put a ceiling on what you're doing. And here's the other thing about that. Anytime you are charging by the hour, I don't care how high your fee is, it still makes the income all about you. It's not about the results and the value that your client receives. You getting this? So when you want to take the spotlight off you and put it over on your clients, put it on your clients so they understand the value of what you have to offer them. And when you do that, oh my gosh, you see that, you see your value, then they see your value. But you've got to see it first. And when they can see what you have to offer benefits them in that way, they are eager to engage you. They are happily investing with you, and they would agree that it was totally worth it. So And hey, I guess you're still live. I'm still live. I don't quite know what that means. And thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do some more Clubhouse. We'll be in the Clubhouse a lot more regularly too. And I know that some of you are not in yet. It's coming, guys, for those who aren't in yet. So patience is a virtue, but it's all coming. Awesome. So, Ann, tell me what you mean by that. I guess you're still live. Live, not alive. Got it. Never mind. Read it the wrong way. All right. What were we talking about? Okay. So about your fees and really claiming your value. So what you've got to do is you got to start turning the way you think of yourself and your fees around and put that focus on the results that your clients experience when they work with you. So the 3 words: results, transformation, and outcome. That is your focus for your clients, right? Not here's the services I provide and here's the fees I charge. You gotta talk about the results they get when they work with you. That is what you do, and that's what's important. And I think this is powerful about the long-term. Yes, and yes. I'm glad I'm still alive too. Yeah. So I hope all of you got this, whether you're seeing this on live or you're catching this on the replay, but really understand the difference. Both of them have value, but the difference in the direct value that you provide for clients and that long-term value that they walk away with for the rest of their lives, priceless. Okay. So I know a lot of folks, they think that their client results have to be money focused in order to validate higher fees. I just want to put that one to rest right now. I created a multiple 6-figure income teaching my clients. First of all, when I first ever got into coaching, it was all about law of attraction. It was the one thing that had transformed my life before I got into coaching. And it was the one thing I was passionate about, that I felt like people need to understand this. We need to understand that law of attraction, when you get it in the cells of your body, it levels the playing field for everyone, regardless of how long you've been struggling, how long you haven't been struggling, your background, your religion, where you've grown up. All of that goes away when you understand the power of it. And that's what I came in doing. It wasn't about making money. And then it moved into how do they use their inner guidance and then consciously integrate the two. All right. And that was about in their lives, in different areas of the life. Sometimes the focus was on health. Sometimes it was on relationship. Sometimes it was on career. Sometimes it was on money. And sometimes it was just simply learning how to feel good more of the time than they had in the past. So if you have a story that you can't charge for the value you offer, if it is not directly about money making, get rid of that story. Get rid of it. It is so not true. People's pain, whatever that pain is, or the next level, if it's not a pain, sometimes if you're thinking of the high achievers who are wanting to get to the Olympic status, well, that could be their pain. But you know what I'm saying? It's like whatever that pain is for them, it's worth shifting. And all pain is not about money, right? Hope that makes sense. And so what you're doing is you're giving them whatever your focus is, whatever it is, you are giving them the ability, you're empowering them to be able to create these shifts in their lives. And when you do that, it's like they've been given a whole new lease on life. They're given a whole new lease on life. Their consciousness shifts, and they absolutely can see the value in that. But you've got to see it first. Okay. So all of you right now, if you just think about your, go back and think about your biggest client success story for a minute and look at what was the value that they received. What were the results? What was the outcome? What was the transformation? In your mind's eye, imagine the total cost if that person had not ever come to work with you and received the results, the outcome, or the transformation that you were the catalyst to them experiencing. What would be the cost to them? What would it have cost them in their lives had they not gotten the results they got by working with you? I want you to know that when you have clients come to you, you are the perfect match for that client. And I'm just saying that because, again, I work with some clients who are wondering, well, why would they want to work with me when other people more established are doing what I'm doing? Or if you're just getting started in your business, it has nothing to do with what other people are doing. It has all about you, the power that you bring to it, the passion that you bring to it. It's your authenticity, your gifts and talents in a way that nobody can do it the way you can. You know, it's like my guides say, we are all facets. We're different facets of the diamond, right? So, and we're all unique facets of the diamond. So I just want you to remember that. So just if you're thinking about what that cost would be had they not gotten the results as working with you, then it also can help you to really understand your value. So as an example with Vicky, if she had continued the path that she was on when she came to work with me, she would have not only not gotten out of debt, she would have had way more debt than she had. She would have continued to be working long hours at that ceiling because she was only able to work with so many clients at a day, right? She would not have been able to pay off that debt. She would not have been positioned as the expert in her arena. It would have cost her almost, or it would have cost her 6 figures plus that she didn't make year after year after year as a result, right? So that's an example. So for you, just imagine what it might have been worth to your clients to go from who they were when they first met you to where they walked away, being the results and the transformation that occurred as they worked with you. What do you think they would say the value they received from you is, right? And just I want you to imagine how incredibly, incredibly powerful your work is. So you guys, do you understand? I hope you're beginning to understand. If I planted a seed here, yay. But to understand how valuable your work is for your clients. Those are the clients in your divine market. We're not here. We can't be all things to all people. We aren't meant to be. But you are for those who resonate with you and what you have to offer, okay? So it's important for you to create a business that you love that can support you in getting that mission and that message out into the world and having you be available to those who are looking for you and the value you provide. If you're not charging enough for you to stay in business and be available for others that are here that you can help, then you're not only doing yourself a disservice, you're doing them a disservice. You guys getting this? I hope we're beginning to shift things here. All right. So I hope you are. I hope you get the importance of the work that you do, the importance of your gifts and talents, and that you can stand very solidly in a price point that is valued and respected, and it reflects the level of transformation that you cause. Okay. If you are like me or hundreds, thousands of thought leaders and spiritual entrepreneurs that I've certainly spoken to or worked with, you have that burning desire to do what you're here to do. That desire, you don't make that up. It comes from the core of who you are. It comes from the greater source of you, the broader, wiser, all-knowing you. And you have a passion for what you do. You have a passion, which means you are here to make a positive impact on so many in the world. And guys, you got to understand, we live in a universe that is law of attraction based. There is no law of assertion, although you would question that with a lot of what we're looking at in the world, but it's true. And that what that means is if you have a drive or you have a passion for something, it's your soul's calling. And in that case, there are those of you, or there are those out there who have a drive and a passion for what you have to offer them. Does this make sense? That's perfect. That's law of attraction at its best. And there are many, 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 many folks who are ready and willing and eager to invest with you and invest what it's worth to them for the results that they'll get, for the transformation that they get to experience as a result of working with you. Making sense? Hope so. All right. And what were the three things? Oh, thank you, Diane. Results, transform. So yes, so results, outcome, and transformation. Those are the things that you are here to provide for your clients. Results, outcome, or transformation. And it's important, by the way, that you set yourself up so you are able to provide your work to those who are looking for you. And it's essential that you see yourself from that soul level where you really understand the value of your work. And when you do, the rest of the world will too. And if you're thinking too small or you're afraid to ask for what you truly know the value is of what you offer, then you're not making it possible for folks to understand the value of what you're doing. That means, again, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're doing your clients a disservice. You got into what you're doing for a reason, for sure. I don't doubt that. Now, are you willing to step into your own power and embrace the value that you provide? So I'm going to give you a formula here. And if you get the power of this formula, you're going to create a successful business. And it's a heart-centered business, doing it your way, right? And doing it with clients who love you. And if you don't get this, then you will struggle. Okay, so to understand your value in the cells of your being, to be able to command what you deserve and get it from those who are eager to invest in themselves through you, you have to shift your mindset. And the Enlightened Business Success Academy, I teach how do you develop your, connect your inner guidance to get the answers you need? How do you blend your inner guidance with the practical strategies to create the success you want? And how do you do it in a way that's aligned with you spiritually? And yes, practical business strategies are a critical piece of your business success for sure. However, it is a small percentage of the greater picture of your success. 90%, more than 90% of your success comes from two key elements: your inner guidance and your mindset. All right. Your inner guidance and your mindset. These two elements together will transform your life and your business. So let's talk about mindset for a moment, because this is really important. And I know that for some of you, you have probably heard this. If you followed me for any time at all, you have probably heard this formula. And it's just as relevant today as the first time I ever shared it. All right. So if we, first of all, what is mindset? Basically, all it is just a set of attitudes that we hold. Okay. That's our mindset. And my late mentor, Jim Rohn, who I love, just the best. Anything you can get your hands on from Jim Rohn, I say do it. But one of his sayings was, your attitude determines your altitude. So let's look at this formula from the perspective of law of attraction, okay? So I'm going to give you the formula first, and then I'll break it down. So you might want to write this down. Thought plus emotional charge plus action equals outcome. That's the formula. All right. Thought plus emotional charge plus action equals outcome. All right. So we're going to break it down. And if someone would be willing to put that formula in the comments, that would be awesome. But it's thought plus emotional charge. So thought plus emotion plus action. Thought plus emotion plus action equals outcome. All right. So if we break it down, you have a thought, okay, thought or a belief. That thought or that belief creates an emotional charge, emotion or feeling within you, right? And how you're feeling emotionally determines the action you take or you don't take, which results in a certain outcome, all right? So thought plus emotion plus action equals outcome. All right, so important to get this. So thank you, Denise. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Ingrid. Awesome. 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 Appreciate that. Yes. Thought plus emotion or emotional charge plus action equals outcome. So for example, if your thought is, I'm afraid I won't succeed. What if I don't succeed? What if I fail? That's the thought or the belief, right? The emotional charge you have as a result of that thought is negative. It's one of fear. It's unsure, and you feel scared. And so therefore, the action you choose is coming from that place of fear. It's going to reflect that fear. And because you're afraid you won't succeed, you will do things to sabotage your success. You will procrastinate. You will let opportunities pass you by even when they're being offered to you. And as a result, your mission and your message doesn't get out there in the world in a bigger way. And those who are searching for you and what you have to offer cannot benefit. So as a result of your mindset, even when you're being guided, even from your soul, from your inner guidance, is guiding you to come this way because of that mindset, you play small, you hold back, you don't move forward. And then, of course, you're going to get small results. So in order to act on the guidance that you're given, it's so important for you to make sure that your thoughts plus emotions and actions are in alignment, which puts you in a vibrational high frequency that will attract the success that you desire. Does this make sense? Yes, because that's what happens. We have a thought, it's a negative thought. We don't believe we can do it. And of course, the emotional charge lines up with that. Oh my gosh, I'll never be able to make it. Whatever your story is, am I worth it? And therefore, you're not going to act on it in a way that if you were to say, of course I can. I don't know when, I don't know how. All I know is that I want this and I get to have it. And then what do? Your actions are going to reflect the thoughts and the emotions that you're having. So, of course, any of you who know me know that what you want to bring yourself back to is that success is your only option. What if success is your only option? What would the thought, the emotional charge, and the action be if that was the case? Make sense? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. All right. If you are not experiencing success and you are struggling in your business or in your life, really, then one or more parts of that formula are out of alignment. And what that means is your mindset is running you. And so you've got to release the ego's mindset and come from the abundant mindset of your soul, of your inner guidance, your higher self. So what is included in your mindset? Now, not what is your mindset. That's a set of attitudes. Attitudes that we hold, right? What is your mindset? What are the things that, how do you recognize mindset? You recognize your mindset by attitudes, which is how you think or feel about something. It's by your beliefs. Ideas that you deem to be true is what a belief is. Your opinions, your views about something, your perspective or your personal viewpoint, or preconceptions. In other words, any preconceived notions or prejudices that you may hold. Okay, so that is what mindset is conceptually, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to give you a little exercise here so that you get this experientially. I learned this little exercise from Robert Middleton. Robert, I'm giving you a shout out, and it really hit home for me. So if you take your hand and you cover your face, if your hand represents your mindset, that hand includes your past experiences, it includes your beliefs, it includes your opinions about your value and your worth. And it's like a fish. It's unaware of the water that it lives in. Our mindset is how we perceive life, right? So we're no longer looking at our mindsets. We're looking through our mindsets, in which case, from our perspective, we don't hold opinions. We say this is true. What we see isn't a viewpoint. We say this is the way it is, right? And so the mindset that you hold, if you hold a mindset about lack of value and worth, that is holding you back. Making sense? Ingrid, I love it. Preaching to the choir. Yes, no. Hallelujah. Pass the collection plate. All right. So yeah. So now let's say you created a list of your thoughts and beliefs around, let's say, the topic of money. Yeah, let's do money. Let's do money and marketing, because those, for in business, those are the two big piggies, right? So you might have a thought, and I'd love to hear, if you want to post it in the comments, what are some of your beliefs that you hold around money and marketing? All right. So it could be things like, it's so hard to make money. Or one of my favorites, you can't be spiritual and be wealthy. Or it might be something like, I can't charge for the value that I offer and actually get it. I see that one a lot. Or it might be sales and marketing are sleazy and manipulative. I get that one a lot too, right? Or it could be, what if I put myself out there and get rejected? That's another one that's big. Why would it work this time? Great one, Anne. It's so hard to create a following, Denise. Yes. So you can see that these are stories. They might be stories because we've experienced it, but it's still a story. It's not truth. It's not truth. Doesn't have to be. So once you've got these down, all right, the next thing you want to do is, next to each of the thoughts that you've listed, what's the emotional charge? Remember the formula: thought plus emotion plus action equals outcome. So what is the emotional charge that thought brings up in you? So it could be anger, it could be resignation, it could be fear, it could be frustration, it could be despair, it could be sadness. But think about those. What the emotional charge is. What's the emotional charge when you think, well, why would it work this time? Like, it's not worked before. Why is it going to work? What's going to make this time different, right? Or it's so hard to create a following. What's that emotional charge that you're feeling in that? Marketing means I have to master so many platforms. Oh, that's a good one. What is that charge that brings up? Time is money. I used to work for an attorney yes, okay. Ingrid, it's hard to trust that people will pay me once the job is completed. Okay. So guys, feel the emotional charges that come up when you're thinking about these beliefs, right? All right. Now, yes. And frustration and despair. Absolutely. And fear. Absolutely. So you notice that. So now we have the thought. It's created this frustration, despair, fear, whatever that emotion is. And now think about the decisions you made. In other words, that resulted in the actions that you took or did not take in the past as a result of those thoughts and feelings. Were these decisions made from inspiration, or were they made from disconnection and fear? I hope this is making sense. So you can see how our thoughts drive us when we have these limiting beliefs, right? When you're making decisions and you're taking actions from fear or despair or frustration or any of those negative emotions, you are not acting on your truth or your potential. You're not listening to your inner guidance. And until you choose to listen and shift your mindset, then you, of course, are going to continue to get the same results that you've been getting. And you'll say, this is the way it is, right? The blinders, right? So how do you know what's your truth and what's not your truth? How do you know the difference? So easy. By the way it feels. by the way it feels to you. Spirit will always let you know when you're focused on your truth or not, based on how you feel. So as you go back and you look at your list, if what you're reading does not feel good to you emotionally, and according to what I'm seeing in the comments, it did not, as you're looking at it, it did not feel good to you emotionally, yay! Congratulations, be excited, because that means those limiting thoughts, those beliefs are not your truth. It is a story that you have bought into. So now let's go back to the limiting thoughts and beliefs that you've listed, and we're going to play a game. This is also one that if you followed me at any time, you know this game called the What If Up game. All right. We're usually playing the What If Down game. Like those negative thoughts and beliefs are much like that list that we just built here, right? And we want to start to turn that around. And so the What If Up game goes like this. For every limited thought and belief that you think, you want to ask yourself, what if ... the opposite of that is true? What if it's really easy to make money? What if it can be easy to make money instead of it's hard to make money? What if it's so easy? What if it can be easy? How does that feel? What's the emotion that that thought brings up in you? And if it feels better to think that it's possible for it to be easy to make money, that's your truth. That's your truth. That emotional relief that you feel is your inner guidance. It's your higher self. It is your soul affirming that. If it feels better, it's your truth. Okay? What if you can be spiritual and be wealthy? How does that feel? If it feels better, awesome. You just discovered another truth that your inner guidance is confirming. When you're aligned with your inner guidance, it always feels good. What if I am good at business instead of I'm not good at business? What if I can be really good at business? How does that feel? Feels better? That's your truth. You guys getting this? I love it, Anne. What if? Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. So learning how to understand and accept the huge value that you offer and let go of these old beliefs, these old thoughts and behaviors that have kept you stuck, or they're holding you back from what is right in front of you and available to you if you can open up to it. Tuning into the prosperity consciousness of your soul, of your higher self, and then lead from that place. Lead from a place of divine inspiration. This is when you'll start to see the shifts in your business. Please, please, please don't underestimate the power of this seemingly simple game, the What If Up game. I actually want to challenge you to play the What If Up game as you go through your day and start turning those negative thoughts and beliefs around in the moment. Making it a game, keep it light and make it a game so it's not so serious. Energy is very different. That's first. So make it a game. So I call it the What If Up game. And then the second thing is if you're playing it in this lightheartedness, you're going to be more aware of those negative beliefs. Sometimes you don't even know they're there. You're just so used to having them that you're just kind of unconsciously moving through your day with them. This is going to bring them up into the light. And when you do, then you play the game and you what if ... the opposite is true, and feel the difference in your energy. You are literally shifting what you're creating in your very near future right now when you do that than you were a minute ago when you were just moving through your day in that negative energy. Not much of it when you're not even realizing you're doing it, right? So do not underestimate the power of this game. This little game can change the quality of your life on a dime if you let it. And that means that your energy can shift in seconds. Your energy shifts. Now, you might see the physical manifestation hasn't changed yet, but how you feel is different. And now what you're moving through and starting to create is very different than what you were creating before you shifted energetically. Is this making sense? Oh my gosh, guys, you offer enormous value. You offer enormous value. And so many are grappling with how do you clearly communicate that value to your market. All the action that you're taking is not going to net the business that you want if you cannot clearly communicate what it is that you have to offer. If people don't understand your value, it's because you may be focused on your value. You might now, I get my value, but you're not clearly communicating that value from the highest possible intent. Okay, so the two things come. Once we get you understanding your value, now we want to help you communicate that value. But if other people, they can communicate the value, but they're not committed to the actions, putting the inspired action, but it's still action. Law of attraction has action in it, yes, but inspired action to do what you need to do to build your business and attract your clients. All right. So, and of course, all the clear communication in the world and all the action in the world is not going to create a successful business if you're not providing value. So those three things actually go hand in glove, right? So clearly communicating your value, right? Are you investing as much time in your communication about what you offer as the value that you offer? Because that's the other thing I see is coaches and healers, holistic practitioners, spiritual entrepreneurs. Boy, are they given the value. There's no question the value they're giving. And when they're out there and they are speaking about what it is that they offer, is it being clearly communicated so others can see that too? Have you clarified your plan of action that's aligned with you? Is it divinely guided, right? What I've found is once you have a plan that clearly communicates the value that your clients experience when they work with you, then of course it's easy for them to see why it's worth the investment to work with you. And they have a higher level of commitment to take the action needed, right? That's what we were talking about before. They're more committed to getting the outcome. And when they're more committed to getting the outcome, you see better results. And so it's a win-win-win all the way around, right? So now that you are clear about the vision of your business, the value you bring to the table, the fees you deserve, which are based not on your time, but on the results, outcome, and transformation your clients experience, and on what would it be if that person could not get those results? All right, now you're in a position to create a powerful offer. And remember, your offer is not based on the amount of time you're working with a client. You're not doing it by trading time for dollars. It's not about the number of modules in your home study program. It's not about the length of your event. It's about the benefits. It's the results and the transformation they experience and the value they get, right? So now you're able to create a compelling offer, not based on what you do or the services you provide, but the value your clients will get, right? So it's not based on your input. It's based on their outcome. So for example, earlier I was talking about, what if you could triple your income or cut your work week down to 3 or 4 days a week, break through the 6-figure barrier, work less in the process. These were all outcomes of my clients. One guy, oh my God, bless his heart, he increased his business by 200%. Someone else started attracting 30 new clients into her chiropractic business. So these are the results. And that's why I want you to start thinking with your clients, think results, 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 not what I'm doing with them on Zoom, not the programs I'm offering, not the modules. What are the results? I'm not paid for the amount of time that I spend with my clients. I get paid for the results that they get when they're working with me. And it's the same for you as well. All right. So just remember that you're always thinking of results or outcome, and now clearly communicating that value. My definition of marketing is very simple. Building relationships. There's your marketing plan. heart to heart. People like to do business with people they like, folks that they resonate with. So the game really is determine who you love, who you would love to be playing with. That's your divine market. And then you are looking at how to clearly communicate the value I have to offer. And you're doing it from a heart space. You're doing it by sharing authentically, being in your power. Really be clear about your value. How many of you feel that way yourself? If you do, put a yes in the comments, because when you are promoting your services, there's nothing repelling and offensive about that. Marketing and sales is not repelling and offensive when you're coming from your soul and from your heart. People are looking for what you have to offer. It would be a disservice for you not to share it. Not sleazy and manipulative, share it. Those of you who are in the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur community, I did a training on this, on soul-centered conversations that convert. And in that training, we talk about that. You're passing your appetizer tray. It's that energy. All you're wanting to do is know who is interested in what you have to offer. And when they're interested, it organically flows. Okay. So if you are in the group, then you can grab that training. And if you're not, by the way, come on down, come join us. We have these trainings every week, and we have all kinds of longer trainings, gosh, several times a year. So we'd love to have you there. All right. So if you are feeling right now like putting yourself out there and it feels like you're being sleazy or repelling and offensive, you've got to shift that limiting belief. You've got to. I want to invite you to look at how you're holding this whole topic of sales and marketing. What does that mean? Remember, it's a story. It doesn't feel good to you. It's a story. And just because someone else might be sleazy and manipulative doesn't mean you have to be successful. In fact, these days, it's the opposite. Old school ways of doing things is crumbling. It has been for years. And people are more and more savvy. They're more and more connected to their essence and their hearts. We have more and more easily available information to us. We can learn more about people in ways that we never have been in the past. And so we want to be in our power, in our own hearts, and our authenticity, and come from that. And that's all sales and marketing is. So let's just give you an example quickly. Let's say I announce that I'm going to be offering you a coupon that you can redeem, and it's going to give you a month of free one-on-one mentoring sessions with me that's going to have a major impact on your business, okay? During these sessions, we're going to be looking at your overall business. We're going to look at where you currently are. We're going to look at what's it going to take you to build a sustainable business over time. And then together, we're going to create a crystal clear vision for that success. We're going to uncover those limiting beliefs. We're going to uncover those hidden challenges so that we can get them up into the light and nip them in the bud, those things that are slowing you down, and get clear on what your next steps are. That's my appetizer tray. Is anyone interested in an appetizer? If you are, let me know in the comments, right? So what did I just do? All I did was I shared what I had to offer, and I interested. In other words, all I'm doing is I'm trying to identify who might be interested in my coupon for free mentoring with me. So if you look at it like the appetizer tray, I offered an appetizer to as many folks in my party. That would be all of you. I'm looking at the comments, all of you right here. That would be you that I could reach right now. And I'm inviting you to self-select yourselves for my appetizer based on my description of the appetizer, right? Many of you might be interested in my appetizer. Some of you may not. And that's okay, because all I want to know is who is interested in my appetizer. That's it. And you get to self-select yourselves in or out for my appetizer. Make sense? That's marketing. That is marketing. All right. So have I made any sales in my business yet? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Awesome. All right. So Marketing, all marketing is it's finding out who's interested in what you have to offer. And you do that, of course, first by creating relationship with those in your divine market, and then you pass your appetizer tray around. And when I was describing my appetizer to you, I was talking about things like why you might want it, how it would benefit you. And when it's passed around, then some of you are interested, some of you are not. Some might not be now, but they might be later. And then there are going to be new folks who may enter the room when you're passing your appetizer tray around. And then you just pass it around again to the new folks. So no sleazy manipulation in this, none. You're not trying, nor do you want to force anyone into anything. Everybody you're reaching out to is respected and they're appreciated, whether they select in or out for your appetizer, right? So there is also a big difference between marketing and sales. And selling, when you shift your perspective around what that means, can be just as easy and just as pure in energy as marketing, which is creating relationships and making your offers to see who's interested. The difference is you can then help your potential clients self-select into becoming paying clients. That's the difference. The thought of sales as we have known it has been a thorn in the sides of spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches and healers and holistic practitioners and change agents forever. And so attract your clients soul to soul through powerful, relaxed, open, fulfilling, authentic conversations. And you do that by connecting from a soul-centered space of service and support, okay? So that is the difference in what we have had believed to be sleazy and manipulative and the way that it actually has always meant to be and should be. It's only sleazy for those people who are making it sleazy. That's not you. That's not me. All right. And so don't get caught up into that's the way it is. Remember the mindset? It's not. It's not. Certainly not for you and not for me. All right. Now, there's a school of thought that says there's two types of people in business when it comes to sales. One group, they get the sales they're going after, but they're steamrolling everybody that they're coming into contact with. Then there's the other group. They are kind, they have generous spirits, but they don't get the results. They're the ones that can struggle in business and they have a hard time creating income. We don't want to be in either one of those groups, all right? Especially those like you who are the heart-centered spiritual entrepreneurs. Yes, you do want to be kind and you do want to be open. But the tendency is almost, well, I don't want to be an imposition on somebody. Or you have a belief that you're afraid that you'll be rejected and others might think that you're being pushy, or you don't want to have that energy. And so you just hold back and therefore you struggle, right? So whether you're the steamroller or you're the nice heart-centered one, if you're not making money, this is no way to run a business. This is not how you do sales. So what if you create a whole new perspective and a whole story around what selling means? What if it were the opportunity of a lifetime for you to be that person that you've always dreamed of being, and you're able to make a difference in the world by offering massive value to others, which is what we're all here to do if we're in business, certainly if you're following me. But what if you're so clear about your value and the value you have to offer, and you love talking about it, and you're just sharing what you're doing with enthusiasm and with joy, and your focus is just being a valuable contribution to whoever you happen to be talking to, and you get the focus off you. That's what happens. We get the focus on ourselves and then we start getting weird, right? So when in doubt, focus out, right? You have an opportunity to transform lives. And so begin by valuing yourself, get excited about what you have to offer and how you can help people. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. That's what people respond to. Value your products and your services. They're helping change people's lives. And value everyone you come into contact with and recognize they're human beings like you are. They all have their dreams. They all have their aspirations like you do. And you start to realize that most of us believe it or not, most of us human beings want to contribute to life. And that's all any of you are doing. When you're willing to just create that relationship with those in your divine market and share openly, share with your heart, share enthusiastically about what you have to offer, and then let them self-select who is interested in your delicious appetizer and who isn't. So I hope you can see the importance of understanding the true meaning and definition of sales and marketing and get out of that limited mindset that you might hold about that energy is not serving you. And just really, I hope you understand the cost of holding a limited belief that marketing and sales are sleazy and manipulative. It will cost you your business if you don't shift it. You have to be really aligned with ways of marketing and selling in your business that is aligned with you. And when it's aligned with you, it will be aligned with those that you're here to serve. So it's just a time for you to remember you get to do it your way. You get to do it in a way that feels good to you. You get to toss out all of those old thoughts, those limiting beliefs about marketing and sell, all the old sales techniques. Oh my gosh, I came from IBM and I was appalled at what their sales training was like. That stuff, you can't do it anymore, not and get away with it. And why would you? That's the sleazy, manipulative stuff. At least in my mind, it was. So let go of all of that. All we want to do is we want to communicate from soul to soul. And soul is the part of us that comes from that higher purpose. It comes from our authenticity. It offers a meaningful contribution to the people that we're here to serve. And it allows us and them to be able to see that. All right. No pressure, no hard selling from those perspectives. A whole lot of love, a whole lot of love. Now, does that mean that everyone you have a one-on-one session with, when you invite them into a conversation with you, will become your client? No, it won't. However, it will double and can even triple the number of folks who do sign up with you, who are eager to pay you for what you have to offer, because now you're attracting the right folks in the beginning, right? And when you can come from this perspective, whether someone chooses to work with you or not, you leave them with an amazing experience. My intent on any session I do is always for us to get off of that session feeling better than we did when we came on, whether they choose to work with me or not. And so that's the energy that you want to bring to it. I hope this is making sense. All right. So just know that in closing, I just want to share that what we get to do here is we get to create the rules of the game for ourselves. And I call them the new rules of the game for successful spiritual entrepreneurs. And basically it's this: do what you love. Live from your soul's perspective, from spirit. Be aware of the good that you can do for yourself and for others in this experience we call life and business, and know that there is abundance. There is an abundance of wealth for everyone. And when we can come from this place, this intent, then we have a game of life worth playing. So those are my rules of the game for success. Now, how do you go about applying those? You do that by doing something you're passionate about. And I have to believe every single one of you are doing something that you're passionate about or you want to. Becoming proficient at something that you love doing. That is a spiritual exercise in and of itself. It requires you to focus. It requires you to concentrate. It requires you to bring yourself in alignment with your inner self and your inner goals and your inner desires with the outer you and your business. And now you can see that by doing something you're passionate about that you can give to the world, at the same time, what you're doing, you're growing yourself. Businesses, oh my gosh, that is a personal development and personal growth seminar at its best, right? And so that's what you do. And if you truly believe that you are good at something, then by offering that to the world, now you've got it. This is where you are in full spiritual alignment, right? And if you're offering something that is of value to the world, then you should be receiving value back from the world. There's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, that is being in harmony. That's being in harmony. People sometimes think that if you're on a spiritual path that you shouldn't try to make money from your endeavors. But if you're offering something of value that people want to reward you for it, you want that energy exchange. It's almost like if I have a gift, it's different, but similar. I have a gift and I'm so excited about this gift that I want to give you. And then you go, oh no, I couldn't take that. Do you see what happens? Well, it's different, but it's the same. This is the kind of, we need that energy. We need the harmony. We need the synergy, right? And people will value what they invest in. We've already talked about that. It's just that level of commitment. And with that level of commitment comes a level of results that you don't get otherwise. All right. So we all need to make money. That is part of the game we're playing here in the physical world. And you can do that and you can be aligned with your passions in life. And now this is the game that we were meant to play. Bringing all of us to the table, our inner guidance, our spirituality, our higher selves, our soul level, and our human level. Bring it all to the table, but lead from our hearts. We can be spiritual beings and we can help the world and we can receive abundance from those actions. And that's really the message that I want to leave you here with today. And even in times like this, even with 2020 and right now, we're going through it in 2021. There is light at the end of the tunnel, by the way. That's a whole other training for another day. But it feels like even in difficult times, we can still experience success. It's your choice. And if you step into the world and you're feeling that things are bad and things are restricted, there's not enough to go around and everything's an upheaval, you create stories that then, of course, you're going to have to struggle as a result of that. It's not true. It's not true unless you let it. It's that mindset. I want to shift that. And so if you step into the idea that, hey, even in times like this, actually what's happening is things are coming up to be nipped in the bud. They're coming up into the light because something new is wanting to be born here. But in the meantime, you step into that idea that abundance is abundant. There is abundance in the universe. And despite what is happening right now, or what seems to be like it's happening right now, we can find that abundance and we can find that success. And then that is what you will experience. So if that's your intention, then I say stay focused on that. Let's be here for those who are struggling for sure, holding that space for them and the space that you too can be a success regardless of what the world looks like on the outside, right? So in one sense, it could be considered very, very difficult times. And in another very real sense, these are wonderful times. There's so much goodness coming out of this. It just depends on which side of the coin you want to hold on to. And there's no reason not to hold on to the side that, yes, goodness abounds, abundance abounds. And yes, Diane, success is my only option. What if success is my only option? The question is, how quickly can you shift this? How quickly can you implement something like this? And that is really, how quickly do you want it? How quickly do you want it to be laid out in front of you? And so if you've gotten to a limited level in your business and now you feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, this would be a really good time to know on a step-by-step, day-by-day plan exactly what to do to get you to that level of success you want, which includes the mindset and the inner guidance. All of that needs to be in place for the practical steps to work. And especially when you merge all of your spirituality, and you merge the spirituality of what I say, where spirituality and practicality merge. That's kind of my tagline, right? That's what I'm talking about. And even then, there are coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs who don't understand the business side of running a business. And they can tend to live on a wing and a prayer, and they get discouraged, and then they're ready to quit when all they needed was some support. We talked about that earlier, from somebody who's traversed the trail they're on, cut those years in the learning curve off for sure, stop reinventing the wheel. I don't know any successful coach or spiritual entrepreneur who got to their success by going it alone. There is no way I would be experiencing any success that I have if I had not relied on all the coaches and mentors that I have had on the years. I can't even imagine not having one. I've had one ever since I discovered coaching, and that was in 1998. And so for me, it's like trying to figure it out and find my way. And it just, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine doing it that way. It just doesn't even compute. But there are many who are like me, you're working from home, and especially with everything going on right now, that you might feel like you're alone and you start to doubt yourself. And that's where you also need support. That's a huge mistake. You are not alone. You are not in this alone, in spite of what it might look like. And without someone who can support you, that's when you kind of feel like you're living on a wing and a prayer. You're trying hundreds of different things. You're holding the limiting beliefs. Some of them you don't even realize you've got until they're pointed out. You're throwing that spaghetti against the wall, and it's like pushing a wet noodle uphill going nowhere fast. And I remember some of those days. I do. So I just want to invite you to really think about what we've shared here today, and to really understand the power of your mindset, to really own the value of what you have to offer, to use that little process I gave you to really get the value that you do offer, whether it's direct value or the long-term value that you offer for your clients, and learn how to be in that energy of you're just passing your appetizer tray. You're sharing from your heart what you're enthusiastic about, what you are passionate about helping others with. All of this is energy. It's all that high, pure energy. And if you're wanting to create a new business model that allows you to be able to do this, then that is where you want to then, what are the practical strategies? What are the steps to take to start to lay that solid foundation, so you're not building a business on a house of cards or sand. What is it called? Quicksand. Solid foundation versus quicksand. That's where I'm going, right? So here is what I would like to do. Now, this is something I haven't done in years, and I'm going to do it today. This is, I'm wanting to offer some of you, if you are an established coach, a healer, a spiritual entrepreneur who is ready to shift your business, get serious about creating the level of business that you are here to experience, I would love to invite you to have a complimentary one-on-one session with me. All right. If you want a complimentary session with me, you need to put "I want in the comments below. All right. This is an experiment, folks. I'm experimenting with this. So we'll see how it goes. But I would love to be able to support some of you who feel like you're ready for that level of support. So if you would like a free session, put "I want in the comments, whether you are watching this right now or on the replay, and we will reach out. What you'll need to do is there will be a questionnaire for you to complete. And that needs to be completed within the next 48 hours. So this is a limited time here, because I know this is going to be out here for eternity, probably, who knows. So just so you know, you need to get that in within the next 48 hours. For those who qualify, someone will reach out to schedule your session with me. All right. These sessions are $1,000 value. There is no charge for this one with me. You can expect it to run maybe 30 minutes or so. But for you, it's if you're feeling called to your mission, you know it's time for you to create the level of income that you deserve, so that you can be available to work with the folks that you've been put on this earth to serve. And if you're not willing to accept less than what you deserve, I hope that I'm drilling some of that into your heads today, or into your hearts, even more importantly, but to serve yourself as well as your clients, then I would invite you to put "I want in the comments section, and we'll reach out to you. It's just important for spiritual entrepreneurs, especially, to really understand that service is not, you being of service is not, how can I give something for free or for a low fee? I give lots for free. All right. But you got to understand that's not always what it's about. All right. Or doing things without investment from those who you are serving. Sometimes in fact, most of the time, it's about delivering more value than you are charging. That's where I'm always looking. How can I provide way more value? But I'm going to also acknowledge the value of what I have to offer. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. There is no reason for any coach, healer, spiritual entrepreneur to not be making a healthy six-figure, multiple six-figure or more in their businesses. You guys are changing lives. You are freaking changing lives. And you deserve to be paid well for the results that you're providing for your clients. And I would love to be able to show you how to do that. So for those who reach out, I want in, we'll reach out to you. You'll fill out the questionnaire. Those that qualify, we'll reach out and set your session up. During that session, we are going to look at where you are in your business. What are the missing pieces in your business? How are you aligned or not aligned with what it is that you're offering? I do not offer these sessions. Like I said, this is an experiment. So I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens here. But I have blocked off time for these. All right. This is for those of you who are ready to make that positive change in your business. If you're interested, I will do my best to be able to reach out to as many as I can. I do have a limited availability on here. So that's why the questionnaire, so we can make sure that we're talking to those of you who are qualified for sure. And just be sure to post "I want in" the comments below, and then we'll take it from there. We'll reach out to you and we'll take it from there. Okay. Okay, good. I see we have some ends. Awesome. Oh, I love it. I don't know who you are. It's nighttime here in Spain. I just caught you in the bath. Hey, I love that. That's awesome. What a great place too, in the bath. This is sounding like Clubhouse a little bit. You can be anywhere when you're on Clubhouse, but that's a whole other subject as well. All right. I know this has been long. I just want to thank all of you who have been here with me live for this training. Thank you for those of you who are catching this on the replay. If you are catching this on the replay, just put #replay in. I will be coming back and reading all of the comments and responding to those of you who may have questions as you have gone through the training here. I am going to be back in the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur group next week. We do these every single week in the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur group. So if you haven't joined us there, come on down. Request to join the group. Yes, I do have the 3 questions I need for you to answer to be qualified to come into the group. So yes, you will have to do that. And of course, if it's a fit, it's a no-brainer. You'll be in, right? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Big, big heart hugs. Lots of love. Bye for now.